Coming out of round 2, Road Atlanta, the series saw 3 veterans and champions on the podium: Forsberg, Yoshihara, and Vaughn Gittin Jr., who made it a perfect event with his #1 qualifying position. But now, as the series moves further south to Orlando, this second-year track has proven to be a big challenge, even for the most senior teams. Heat and humidity are par for the course, not only for the cars, but also the mental fortitude. Drivers will have to push hard to accumulate championship points as we're here at Orlando Speed World for round 3 of UTI Formula Drift presented by BLACKVUE. Hello Drift fans and welcome to round 3 here at Orlando Speed World of UTI Formula Drift presented by BLACKVUE. I'm Jared Dienda and this is the world's premier drifting sanctioning body. Let's backtrack to our first 2 previous rounds. Chelsea Denofa, the stars line up. He goes through multiple champions to grab the overall victory. Then Road Atlanta, Vaughn Gittin Jr., the perfect event. He qualifies first and gets the overall win. Now here, round 3 of 8, we still have a lot of competition to go through. A very unassuming track. 2 outer zones, 2 inner zones. But before we see the head-to-head action, I throw it to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. We're down here on the track at Orlando Speed World, and this looks like a simple layout, but it's actually a lot more technical than you would think because of this section right here that connects the big bank and the long sweeper. This is what people call no man's land. As you leave the bank, you get into this section here that's got an uneven surface, what we call the whoop section. And as drivers in the lead are putting up a big white plume of smoke, the chase drivers are literally using muscle memory to make their way through. It is probably the hardest part of this course. If you can navigate through it and lock into the lead driver, make your way through the finish line, you might find yourself on the podium here tonight. But before we get to that and all the action in the Great 8, we're going to go on board with our BLACKVUE course preview.
I'm Vaughn Gittin Jr., and this is your BLACKVUE course preview here in Orlando. So you leave the line, very hard acceleration all the way to 4th gear. Initiate up high onto the bank all the way through outer zone 1.
A little bit of a checkup in front of the judges, coming down the hill, blazing the tires, flicking the cart hard over the bump in the middle.
Transfer through the whoops, hope that you're not in the tandem position because you can't see the thing. And then coming back through, get the car settled, hit inner clip 2.
Still in 4th gear, on the gas hard, riding that outside line in the outer zone, and then you finish the course.
And that was your BLACKVUE course preview.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup.
And that is your Formula Drift judging criteria brought to you by The General.
This is it, Ryan. We've whittled it down now to the Great 8. We have some really phenomenal battles up on deck. First up, Tyler the Rock McQuarrie from Danville, California, and coming all the way from Dominican Republic, Jonathan Castro in his Toyota 86.
And Castro with a lot of momentum in his side, taking out Vaughn Gittin Jr. early in the day, but now he's got to get through Tyler McQuarrie.
Man, look at that, going against 2 American behemoths of vehicles, but he is fighting tooth and nail. Look at Tyler McQuarrie putting down a solid line. He is locked and loaded, going to no man's land.
And you can see that smoke cloud right there. Very difficult for the chase driver to see through it. As you can see, Tyler McQuarrie navigating all the way around the latter part of the course.
Filling that rear clipping zone, bringing it all the way across the finish line. Castro just tucking in that smoke.
You can see Castro right here nearly hitting Tyler McQuarrie as they come up on the outside bank here. McQuarrie, nice line, big smoke cloud, great job by him.
Man, some exciting battles already out of the gate here, starting off our Great 8. Castro now out front with Tyler McQuarrie giving chase.
Castro initiates McQuarrie right there, eyeing up an area to attack as they stay on the big bank, now coming off is Castro.
66.9 miles per hour. Look at Castro running over the line and spinning out.
Castro goes a bit deep there, coming off the bank, is not able to hold the angle, and Tyler McQuarrie will take an easy victory lap here as he rounds around the last corner.
McQUARRIE just blipping the throttle a couple more times and burn up some Falken tires as we look overhead. Castro banging into the door as McQUARRIE rounds it out. Unfortunately, that's the end of Castro's weekend, but let's make it official. Taking a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results, McQUARRIE gets the win.
You know, Castro's been doing awesome all weekend. He made a little mistake coming off the bank, got a little too sideways. I thought he was going to save it, got into my door, pushed my door bar in. We got the win. We're moving on to the Final Four. It's been a while for the Camaro, but it's super stoked for my team. They've been busting their butt.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute. Chosen by industry, ready to work. By BLACKVUE, over the cloud. And by Hankook Tire, driving emotion.
Plenty more battles to see and tires to get burned as we advance on to our Formula Drift Championship here presented by BLACKVUE. Our next battle is on deck, Ryan, and we're going to be seeing Fredrik Aasbo and going against Kenny Moen. This is all Norwegian battle, Ryan, as Fredrik Aasbo qualified 4th, and Kenny Moen, he is now in his brand new BMW qualified 12th.
Aasbo looking to recapture the championship ways, going out in the top 32 at Road Atlanta, looking for a big result here in Orlando.
Good initiation by Aasbo, sticking to the wall high on the bank, and smoke is pluming out of both of these vehicles as they approach that first front clip.
Classic Fredrik Aasbo here. He always comes out and lays down a solid lead run, getting as close to that 100-point qualifying run as you can, and then leaving it up to the chase driver to match it. And right now, Kenny Moen can't do that.
Kenny Moen gaining some proximity towards the end, trying to navigate through that smoke screen. He does a good job staying out of it, and then finally towards the end, gets up and close and personal with the defending champion of Aasbo. Moen will now lead, Aasbo giving chase.
Kenny Moen coming down this short run up here through the chicane. Big initiation there. Aasbo eyeing up an opportunity to attack on the inside, staying close so far.
Kenny Moen now alternating the order, and he looks strong on the bank. And look at Aasbo dropping down into that flat portion of the track and through the whoops.
Big throttle and angle by Kenny Moen. Aasbo eyeing him up again on the second part of the course. Good angle here by Kenny, but will it be enough?
Kenny Moen hammering down. That is a lot of smoke. Look at that, going blind there. Cutting through as the Rockstar TC. Ryan, who's going to get the victory here as we look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results? Fredrik Aasbo gets the win.
We got to put down a good, strong lead run, which we have been working on all weekend. We had a little bit of an advantage there. Kenny was definitely faster in the second run, but it took down a cone. We stayed there, not as close as I wanted to be, but it was enough to get by.
We're officially a quarter way through the Grade 8. Next up, Patrick Mordaunt versus Christophe Bloes. Patrick Mordaunt in that naturally aspirated 350Z going against Christophe Bloes in his sophomore season from Latvia.
Well, here we go. Both drivers leave the start line into initiation here is Patrick Mordaunt already closing the door as Christophe Bloes.
Seen some shimmy in there from Patrick Mordaunt, as does Christophe's now coming in that first front clipping point. Christophe's nice and close.
You can see just how challenging it is to get through that center section of the course with the whoops, but right now Christophe Bloes really eyeing up a final attack here against Patrick Mordaunt.
That smoke a non-issue for Christophe's. Let's take a look at this again, Ryan.
So both drivers wrapping around this last turn here. You can see Bloes on the accelerator, closing the door against Patrick Mordaunt and putting some emphasis on in front of the judges.
Man, the speed, the proximity, and the angle from these guys is on point. Here we go. Christophe's out front. Patrick Mordaunt giving chase.
Nice initiation there. Oh, and Patrick Mordaunt makes contact with Christophe Bloes.
Christophe from Latvia looks like he's going to be making his way to the finish line and getting the victory. Patrick Mordaunt knew he had to push hard, just pushed a little too hard as we see Christophe just powering through, lighting up those Achilles radials, and that's going to be a victory.
We'll take a look here on initiation from the onset right here. Patrick Mordaunt just a bit too aggressive, makes contact with Christophe Bloes, and we'll give him a win.
There you go, our Universal Technical Institute judging results. Christophe gets the win.
Actually, I have no words, so I'm just doing what I have to do. So I'm trying to stay as close as possible, as aggressive as possible. So even if I'm making some mistakes, still I'm pushing hard. So and then for the second run, so it's again the pedal to metal. So we're in top 4. It's kind of a dream. Let's live it until all the way.
We'll see if he can take it all the way. Who's he going to be going against? One of these Formula Drift veterans, Chris Forsberg, going against Ken Gucci. Ryan, what do you say?
Well, both guys have podiums here last year, a third and a second place respectively by Gucci and Forsberg, but now only one guy can make it through to the Final Four.
Forsberg, good initiation. Ken Gucci a little low, massaging it high and tight. And here we go, dropping down in that first front clip. Gucci's right there.
Great lead run by Chris Forsberg so far. And look at this, Ken Gucci having some trouble in that center section, now losing the proximity that he gained on the bank.
You see Forsberg pulling away from him here, but don't count out Gucci just yet. I think Forsberg has a slight advantage as you take a look in that transition in no man's land. You saw Forsberg dropping it into the crease as he rounded out that final corner. Side note, take a listen to these awesome sounding machines, the 2JZ of Ken Gucci and that VK56 of Chris Forsberg as they lead the start line.
Well, after that mistake by Gucci through the center section, he's got his work cut out for him. It's going to be hard to leave Chris behind. As you can see already, right on his door is Chris Forsberg.
Wound up is Gucci, and Forsberg, man, Forsberg is knee-deep into that smoke as Forsberg transitions. Gucci trying to pull away.
Surging on the attack is Forsberg. He times it perfectly, gets right in the pocket. Gucci, big angle across the finish line, but will it be enough?
Great execution by two veterans of the sport. Coming into no man's land, Forsberg is right there. It's going to be a tough one for the judges as we take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results. It's unanimous. Forsberg gets the win.
It's going good. I mean, like I said, the judges are really focusing on the bank, and I felt like that was a great bank chase with Gucci. I knew he wouldn't be playing any games, so I could get right up next to him and just hold that line, and judges liked it and gave us the win.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nexen Tire. Driving tomorrow. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
It's hot, it's humid, and the fans are ready and excited to find out who advances on to the finals as we enter into the Final Four. Ryan, we have our first battle on deck, and it's defending champion Frederick Osbo going against the Rock, Tyler McQuarrie.
Well, Frederick Osbo's strategy this weekend has been to get a solid lead run out on the first lap. Let's see if he can do that here against Tyler McQuarrie.
McQuarrie's looking stronger than ever. He's had more seat time than probably all these guys, changing different disciplines, but right there he messes up. Frederick Osbo does exactly what he needs to do on that initiation point.
McQuarrie makes a mistake on initiation. You can see the consistency out front by Frederick Osbo as McQuarrie now tries to make up some ground.
Frederick Osbo just matching with that yellow line that he is riding those Nexen tires on as Tyler McQuarrie brings it across that Mobil 1 Safecraft Chevrolet Camaro.
Well, the judges have a very heavy weighting on the bank, and you can see because of that mistake from Tyler McQuarrie, it's going to give Frederick Osbo a clear advantage.
Man, that guitar jam, the Rockstar Energy Drink SR by Toyota TC, we are firing on all cylinders here. Here we go, Tyler McQuarrie initiates, a little bit hesitant there, Ryan.
A little bit lower initiation for Frederick Osbo, but now making his way back up. As you can see, a big plume of smoke coming off McQuarrie's car as both drivers come through the power alley. Oh, mistake by Osbo.
And McQuarrie powering through, looking strong now. He's digging into the crease, goes a little bit beyond the line. Ryan, another difficult decision for the judges.
Yeah, tough battle here as both drivers make mistakes. McQuarrie makes a big mistake on the bank, and Osbo right there through the center section.
Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. It's 2-1. They are going one more time. It's the hammer versus the rock, the paper, rock, scissors. I'm just kidding. All joking aside. Here we go. Frederick Osbo is going to lead. Tyler McQuarrie giving chase.
Osbo again starting out strong with those lead runs. He's really mastered that here today. A gap established here as McQuarrie now tries to look for an opportunity to close it down.
Osbo drops down into the whoop section, no man's land. Tyler McQuarrie, he does a good job of cutting through that smoke run.
Now both drivers wrapping around this last turn here. You can see Osbo nice and wide out on that yellow line right at the edge of the course, and both drivers come across the finish line.
Look at this, Frederick Osbo dragging the wall and then puts it right on the yellow line, which is the edge of the course, and nosing into that front clip. Let's take a look at Tyler McQuarrie out front and Frederick Osbo for this one more time battle.
McQuarrie through the chicane, Osbo eyeing him up again. Last time he initiated a little bit lower. This time he's right on the back bumper. Trying to get some separation is Tyler McQuarrie with Frederick Osbo in tow.
Great angle from McQuarrie. He is putting it all out there going against that defending champ, the Norwegian Hammer.
Bit more separation than you'd like to see here if you're in Frederick Osbo's position. He did have that strong lead run, and once again, McQuarrie looking strong on his second run.
Great angle from McQuarrie here. You see Osbo just navigating through the smoke properly. Boom, on that second front clip. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. It's unanimous this time. They're going one more time. Ryan, these guys are burning up a ton of tires and a ton of fluids and a ton of mental stress. Here we go. Frederick Osbo out front, Tyler McQuarrie giving chase.
McQuarrie really on it this time on initiation, stays nice and tight. Osbo once again, very consistent out front, nice and high on the bank.
Man, these guys are like a broken record, and just as I say that, potentially breaking some front bumper there as McQuarrie gets out of shape.
Well, you can see Frederick Osbo's MO all weekend has been to come out, establish a solid lead run, and let the other driver try to challenge him. Right now, he's doing a great job at that, as you can see, high on the bank in a high priority area where the judges weight that section of the course very, very heavily.
You see Tyler McCory doing a good job. Now he's going to be doing that out front. McCory leads, Osbo giving chase.
McCory down the front straight, initiates big angle there is McCory, almost loses it, now drops down on the bank just a little bit.
McCory putting it into the wall, saying, judges, what more do you want? I want to take down Osbo.
Now coming through the center section here, you can see a little bit of separation, but McCory did not have a better wall ride compared to Frederick Osbo. But look at the angle here as he tries to lay it on right in front of the judges.
Two gladiators of the sport, that Rockstar Energy SR by Toyota TC, trying to apply the pressure. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Osbo unanimously gets the win.
Oh my God, over and over again. But we'll take it, and if we didn't play the lottery yet today, we should have, because everything's going our way so far. Steph's on the radio, like, do the same thing over and over again, and that's what I'm trying to do, you know? It's definitely a big challenge trying to stay hydrated and stay focused in this heat, but we've been good so far. Let's see if we can hold it together in the final.
One more battle for Osbo, and he's going to be going against one of these gentlemen, Chris the Force Forsberg, against Kristaps Blues.
Well, for Blues, this is definitely his best performance of the year so far in his career in Formula Drift, but he's got a tough challenge here into getting through Chris Forsberg.
Forsberg wants to get another podium in his back pocket, and he's doing what he needs to do, but Kristaps, yeah, it definitely does garner a wow from both us and the fans. Look at this, Ryan.
He makes a little bit of a mistake in the aggression that he applies there as Blues, but he's certainly making a lot of fans here today with that aggression.
Chris Forsberg and Kristaps Blues going toe-to-toe, tire-to-tire, door-to-door. Great execution by both these guys.
Very aggressive by Blues. He just makes a little bit of a mistake here coming off the bank, but look how close he is, definitely winning the proximity game.
That HGK Wisefab Motul BMW is going to be out front. Can he take down a Formula Drift veteran in Chris Forsberg?
Well, into initiation, Forsberg already almost locking doors right there with Kristaps Blues. Blues now pulling down off the bank and into the center section.
Some of the fastest speeds we've seen on entry, 74.3 miles per hour. Forsberg trying to reel him in, but that V8 BMW just seems to be pulling away.
Unbelievable grip and control here by Kristaps Blues, blazing through the course. You can see Forsberg right there surges, but then Blues pulls ahead on the rest of the course.
Ryan, let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. And Kristaps Blues is going to the finals.
Yeah, with every single round you are getting more and more comfortable. So, and this is the final. So I'm used to it. I perfectly know what I have to do. So no more mistakes. So whoever makes less mistakes, that wins.
Well, when we come back, the finals are here. The Norwegian Hammer against the Latvian lover that is Kristaps Blues.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by BLACKVUE, over the cloud.
Here we go, Ryan and Formula Drift fans. It's hot and it's heavy. We're talking about the weather and the tire smoke that looms in the air. The finals are set. It's Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer, Osbo from Norway, going against Kristaps Blues from Latvia in his first ever Formula Drift final. Can he make it a big one by getting the win and taking out defending champion Frederick Osbo?
Well, Blues has clearly been the best chase driver this weekend so far, and Osbo the best lead. So here we go, the best of the best in the finals.
Kristaps Blues lining it up. And teeing it high, letting it fly. Look at this, Frederick Osbo, nice job out front, but Blues is all over that Rockstar TC.
Great job by Kristaps Blues maintaining the pressure here. Osbo out front still with a solid lead, but this is a great battle in the finals.
Kristaps Blues tire is almost going into the door. Let's take a look at this again on this amazing chase run here. No man's land past that front clip, and then rounding out across the finish line. This is Blues' to lose right now, Ryan. He's out front. He needs to put it down. Is he going to beat Frederick Osbo?
Well, here we go. We'll find out right now. Blues starts off strong, nice and high on the bank. Osbo sticking with him as Blues wraps around this final corner here and through the power alley.
75.1 miles per hour into no man's land. And Blues going into that second front clip comes to a halt, Ryan.
Blues, big angle, and he can't hold it, makes a massive mistake in front of Frederick Osbo, and possibly throws away the battle.
Well, you said it, Ryan. I think he did just that. Threw too much angle at it. Frederick Osbo takes off his front bumper, and let's make it official. Taking a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results, Osbo gets the win.
And with that, it's Chris Forsberg in third place, Christoph Blues in second, and Frederick Osbo in first.
Well, an unbelievable event here at the Sunshine State. Some of the best fans endured some hot weather and some hot drifting. What do you guys say? We saw Frederick Osbo get back on top of the podium like he did in Long Beach, a first-time podium finisher from Latvia, Christoph Blues, and Chris Forsberg grabs third. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. I am here with your winner, Frederick Osbo. Now, it was a battle of attrition, the heat, a lot of top guys going out, but you did what great athletes do. You peaked at the right time, you got the win, and now you're back in the championship chase.
We got really lucky, you know, battling the heat, battling dehydration, battling the car, basically cooking. You know, all the top dogs went out early. We took advantage of that, got into the finals. Kristaps had a tough blow, but we endured and took the win. Can't wait for New Jersey and what's to come.
Well, you're back in the hunt for the championship. Your winner here, Frederick Osbo at Orlando. For everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Dienda, I am Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
Taking a look at the Formula Drift Championship standings, Frederick Osbo in first, Vaughn Ginn Jr. second, and Chris Forsberg in third. And our Auto Manufacturers Championship, SR by Toyota is out front with Ford in second, Nissan in third. And our Tire Manufacturers Championship, Nexen in first, Falken second, Hankook in third. We're only 3 rounds in of 8 of the Formula Drift Championship, and we've seen a variety of drivers see the podium. Find out who will advance on to the next round as we head to the Jersey Shore at Wall Stadium Speedway. Enjoy some sights and sounds of the Formula Drift Championship. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.